everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing another edition of what I am thinking. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, or know nothing about this video series, it is exactly how it sounds. I sit down and I talk about what I am thinking. Now, it could be about anything. It can be about Frasier, it could be about Teen Mom, it could be about Mighty Ducks, but it probably won't. Chances are it's going to be something related to myself or to my channel, something geeky related, like comic books or video games or movies or stuff along that lines, or professional wrestling. You never know. So, what am I thinking today? Well, DC has announced a new comic book coming out, spinning out of the Trinity War, and it's going to be called Justice League of America. Yes. They are releasing it. They released one picture with the Justice League members, and apparently this is going to be a separate team from the main Justice League. So you have the main Justice League with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, so on and so forth, and now you're going to have this new one called the Justice League of America. Now, if you don't mind, during this video, I'm going to take periodic sips from my chocolate milk. Why? Because my throat is still really, really raspy. It's so raspy to the point it actually hurts. So I'm going to have to, lubricate it. Cheers. So yes, DC announced that Justice League of America is going to be coming out. So we're going to have 3 Justice League titles. Justice League Dark, Justice League, and Justice League of America. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the team members and overall what I think of this. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Is it a good idea to use the of America on there? I mean, because that used to be the Justice League title. Justice League of America. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Will that work or against it? Just going to have to wait and see. So let's talk about the Justice League of America. Now, we know very little about this other than the teammates. And that it's going to be very character oriented. There was an interview on MTV. I got my information from Comic Vine, which then sent a link to MTV.com, which had an interview with Jeff Johns and David Finch. And it will be Jeff Johns and David Finch doing this. Jeff Johns as writer, David Finch as artist. Jeff Johns says he's still going to be on the main Justice League title, but he's also going to be doing this title too. So, we don't have too much information about this. All we know is that this is going to be coming out next year in 2013, and I believe, now this is just my speculation, so don't take this anything seriously, but I believe this is stemming out of the Trinity War, because know that big 2-page spread that was in the Free Comic Book Day edition of DC, which I didn't actually get to buy, I had to read online. Know how like all those various different people that aren't on the Justice League were there? Well, apparently most of those are on this team with some new additions too. The only one that's not is Captain Marvel, who I believe Jeff Johns said is going to be joining the regular Justice League team. Probably because Hal's not going to be around for a while and they need someone to fill his void. So anyways, let's get into the team members. So, the Justice League of America is going to be controlled by Stephen Trevor. And I'm not sure if Stephen Trevor is going to be one of the front runners, if he's actually going to be a field agent. The picture that you see here, which again, you can go to Comic Vine to see, shows, and I have it as my desktop background because I'm cool like that. It shows Stephen Trevor with guns and ready to go because he's Stephen Trevor and he did whatever, he does what he wants. But yeah, Stephen Trevor is on the team, and as far as I know, he's controlling it to some degree. Other members, actually, I'll leave my phone here. We have Martian Manhunter, and I'm going to just give my opinion on each member as we go. Martian Manhunter, best idea to go with. Martian Manhunter, I think one of the best things that happened to him and one of the worst things that happened to him was, I think the best thing that happened was he was not part of the main Justice League team. He didn't fit there because you had all people with pretty much the same power set, and Cyborg just fit better. However, one of the biggest travesties is that he wasn't on Justice League International, where he fit perfectly. You didn't have someone that had the same strength level, or the same speed level, or the same durability level as he did. I think I love John Jones. He's one of my favorites, but I think one of the things is on the regular Justice League title, he was kind of useless. He had all the same powers other people did. That's why Cyborg fits well, is because Cyborg is unique. But him being on this Justice League of America team, he's like the Superman of this team. He is the heavy hitter, and David Finch draws him really badass. So he is going to be on the team, and I think it's great. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy because now, in theory, although you didn't get him as a founding member of the Justice League, he is a founding member of the Justice League of America, which originally back in the '60s he was. But Martian Manhunter are on the teams. So such a good idea. Next is Green Arrow. So Green Arrow is going to join in the team, and just putting all my feelings about Green Arrow aside, I think this is an excellent move. Why? One, Jeff Johns is writing Green Arrow, and Jeff Johns can write Green Arrow. That one issue, I think it was issue 6, where Green Arrow shows up on the Justice League. It was a fun issue. Might have been issue 7. Ah, whatever. But that was a fun issue. That was a great issue, and I really enjoyed it because Green Arrow was portrayed well. So I think it will work well on this team. And Green Arrow is one of those characters similar to the Martian, where he works better with people than he does alone. Maybe my biasness for Green Arrow comes into this a bit because I'm not the biggest Green Arrow fan. I'm not going to go off on a tangent about how I feel about Green Arrow. I've done that too many times. But I think Green Arrow works a lot better with people because he can bounce off his personality with other people. So I think it was a good idea to have Green Arrow on the team. And then the other majorly good idea character to have on the top 3 are Martian, Green Arrow, and Hawkman. Thank you. Hawkman, I love Hawkman. He's going to be on the JLA. Such a good move. Hawkman is a great character because, especially with Green Arrow, they're always butting heads. And Hawkman can be that. He's like Wolverine. He is the into the ego or the super ego. He is the type A to the type B, or the type B to the type A, depending on how you look at it. He is really just kind of the thing that mixes stuff up. More so than you would think Green Arrow. You think Green Arrow, the debonair kind of swashbuckling, Robin Hood kind of guy would be that. But no, actually, Green Arrow works well with people. It can be Hawkman that can have the social issues. So those 3, I think, were the best choices. Now the rest are either good or we'll see how it works. But next would be the new Green Lantern, Bez. Is it B-E-Z? I'm still not sure. Um, I can't comment on this because I don't know the character. We haven't been introduced to them yet. I think we'll get introduced to them next week with the annuals and such, but I can't comment on them. I could say, well, hey, why not have Jon Stewart or Kyle Rayner or Guy Gardner on it? But at the same time, this character could turn out to be a fantastic character. So I'm going to leave my opinion about him separate because I don't know anything about him. Um, Next would be Stargirl. Stargirl is going to be on the Justice League of America, and she looks pretty much as she did pre-New 52. I think this is good because Stargirl always mixes it up. I'm glad to see Stargirl in here, and she's going to be that youthfulness to the comic. So, I'm cool with Stargirl. Again, her costume looks pretty much the same. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't look different. Maybe she's wearing a skirt. I can't tell. But she looks pretty much the same. Next is Katana. This is an interesting choice. Katana's a fan favorite of mine. I like Katana. She was always one of my favorite outsiders. Uh, Interesting to make her Justice League material. Would she have been my first choice? Probably not. But she's still. I mean, I still want to see what happens with her. See, the thing is, and I should have said this beforehand. Uh, the reason why these members are on the team is either they want to be there or Stephen Trevor has something that they want, as you'll see with the next member, which is Catwoman. Catwoman's on the team because Stephen Trevor has something she wants. It's not a diamond. It's not a get out of free jail pass. It's apparently something unique and different. But everyone on this team is either there by choice or because Stephen Trevor has something that they want and they're working their way through to get it. Don't you just hate it when the chocolate goes right down to the bottom and you only get like, you know what I'm talking about. Um, which brings me to Catwoman. Interesting choice. Catwoman, I never thought was Justice League material. I know she was in Grant Morrison's Justice League for like an issue or two back in the '90s, but Catwoman, how does she like come about? Like, Stephen Trevor has something she wants, but I don't know. Catwoman can work well. We'll see. She wouldn't have been my first choice either, along with Katana. Um, hey, whatever. You don't know. It could work out well. Maybe she could be a good contrast, a good dichotomy of sorts with Stargirl. No, you got Stargirl, who very much kind of the good girl, Girl Scout with a little pep to her. If this makes sense, because she's not Southerner, but she kind of has a Southern pep to her. Where Catwoman is pretty much Catwoman, femme fatale, super sexy, super dangerous kind of thing. Um, but we'll see. Catwoman wasn't my first choice, but hey. And lastly, Vibe. Yes, Vibe is back. I will not comment on Vibe because he does not look like an idiot this time. Vibe can actually, because see, the thing about me is in Vibe is I thought Vibe was so stupid back in the day because of his costume and the origin and stuff, but Vibe is a concept that can work well. His powers can work well. It can be an interesting power set, and it can be utilized well with the right writer. So I'm actually interested to see what happens with Vibe. Excuse me, I have an itch on my back. It's because I have the sunburn and it's peeling and ew, gross DNA all over the place. But that is the Justice League of America, which is going to be Green Lantern, Bez. Is it Bez? If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please correct me. Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, Hawkman, Katana, Stargirl, Stephen Trevor, Catwoman, and Vibe. The only two members that I would actually change are just because they feel a little out of place are Catwoman and Katana. I would have had maybe the Atom or Firestorm or Captain Atom or even Mr. Terrific, even though Mr. Terrific's on Earth 2, he's not going to be around, but Mr. Terrific would have been cool on the team. On a whole, I think the lineup is strong. I think they have the three strongest members that need to be on there: Hawkman, Green Arrow, and Martian Manhunter. Everything else is just icing on the cake, if you know what I'm saying. I can't believe I said that. My boss at work says, you know what I'm saying? Every time she finishes a sentence. Hey, you want to take a look at the schedule? You know what I'm saying? What? I know what you're saying. You know, this needs to be cleaned down here. You know what I'm saying? What? What do you mean? Of course I know what you're saying. You just said it to me. But anyways, how do I feel about this team? I've given a day to think about it because I didn't want to jump in here and give a first impressions and have my impressions change. But what do I think about this team? I am 95% behind this team. I think it is a great idea. First of all, the title works well. You're taking the classic Justice League title, which the Justice League is known for, Justice League of America, and you're plopping on a comic, and it's going to make it sell. You have well-known characters in there: Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, Hawkman, a Green Lantern, Catwoman, and in addition to that, you're using more B-lister characters rather than A-listers. The Green Lantern we know nothing about, but Hawkman, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, all B-listers. Catwoman's a B-lister. Stargirl, Vibe, Stephen Trevor, those are C-listers. You can work around them. It isn't Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. It is their own kind of Justice League, but it's people we all know that work well on teams. Except Catwoman. Because Catwoman doesn't work well with anyone. Except for Batman. But anyways, I think the concept is great. Jeff Johns on is, I'm happy Jeff is on both the regular Justice League title and this title, and I also like that they're having David Finch on there because I like David Finch as an artist. Is he the best artist? Again, artist really comes down to perception of mine. Is he my favorite artist? Um, no, but I would say he's definitely up there. He's fun to. I think he does dynamic art. The only thing I don't like sometimes is the way he does lips sometimes. But other than that, he does good art. He does good females too. Very few people can do females and do females respectfully without making them into a sexual sideshow. David Finch, at least from what I've seen so far, can do that. Except for in Batman: The Dark Knight issue #1, where that girl's skirt was so low. Not low, but was so high up. But never mind. Other than that, he does a fairly good job with females. Excuse me. Um, and you know what I like about this is we have now three Justice League titles, and all of them have their own niche. You have the Justice League, the Big Seven, going up against world crashing events. You have the Justice League of America, the United States sanctioned team to go up against whatever they want, to hunt down supervillains. Apparently, the first story arc deals with a society of secret society of supervillains. And then you have the Justice League Dark dealing with the magical and dark aspects of the universe, supernaturalness. Cool. What I also like, and a lot of people are gonna maybe not like me saying this, but I like the fact that the main Justice League title and their members, their rosters, aren't being polluted by other characters. I think the Justice League title should be the main seven: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman. I know Shazam is going to be jumping on there. I think Jeff Johns said that, which is fine. And again, I think that's because Hal's not going to be around for a while. Hal's going to eventually come back, but I don't think he'll be around for a while. But I like that the main Justice League title is not being polluted, but we still get a Justice League title with a lot of fan favorite characters, which is good. On a whole, I am behind this. I think this is a great idea, and I'm so looking forward to this comic. I really am. If I could make any changes to the rosters, I don't know if I would have Vibe on there. I'll allow it. Sounds like I have some kind of authority when it comes down to DC. DC, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. No, I'm curious to see how Vibe works with any changes I can make are Catwoman and Katana, and maybe I would have thrown on. I mean, again, you can't do Mr. Terrific. I think Mr. Terrific would have been good on this team, but if I could throw on anyone, I think one of the Firestorms would have been well. Maybe Jason. Jason's a little bit more team oriented. And Omac, actually, Omac would have been really good. Omac would definitely have the fit because Stephen Trevor probably has something that he wants. But yeah, on a whole, I think this is a great idea. Kudos to DC Comics. Bring in the Justice League title. And this could be a team that could rival the Justice League. So I'm interested to see what you guys had to say. Please comment or video respond. And with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.